my beautiful friends. This is Rachel Archelaus, and you're watching the Intuitive Art Show. This is a really special episode because we have a certified intuitive artist on. Angelina Bianchi is here, and we're going to talk about twin flames, being psychic, her journey of her career, which has now landed her on TV, and just catch up because she's really fascinating. She is from South America and living in Australia. Is that correct? Okay. Yeah. So let's get into it. We're not going to start out with a drawing. We don't even know what we're going to draw about yet. So Angelina, it's so good to have you. Thank you for being on.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. And like I was talking to you about before, for me, it's like an honor to, be here because you've helped me out so much with your boot camp and the intuitive drawing. So for me, I actually feel that you're just absolutely amazing. So for me, it's an honor. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I feel the same way about you. You've always been somebody that I look to for advice as well. So it's really cool that you're here. Gosh, there's so much going on for you. So let's start with twin flames because people have been asking me about that subject as well. So what is a twin flame in a nutshell?
Okay, I feel like it's a connection beyond words. So it's a vibration of, we're pretty much the same soul. So it is the masculine and the feminine of the same soul. And not everybody gets to meet their twin flame in this lifetime. But, the ones that actually do, it's just one of those absolutely amazing true love stories. It's always hard to be together. It's never easy to be together. And that's only because you're actually here to be on a journey to do a greater good on a mission, really. So when it comes to twin flames, it's also about challenging you evolving as a soul. So that's what it is. That's why it's hard. It sort of like pushes you to the limit. And then obviously at the end of the day, when you've passed all the tests that you need to do and you've reached the frequency that you need to reach and you've learned the lessons that you have your reward, which is together. But it doesn't mean it stops. You still continue together. And usually most of the ones that are twin flames are on a mission here on Earth to be able to change the frequency of the Earth. And it's actually to do the Earth a greater good. So that's what it really is. So most of them are healers, and those are actually doing things for others.
That's cool. So you're saying that it's beyond words, which I agree. So how would somebody know, like, what would happen to them? What would they feel if they met their twin?
It's sort of it's an explosion. It's like it's one of those things that takes you back. Those love stories, those true love stories that's like Romeo and Juliet without the bad part at the end. That it's like, oh my God, you cannot stay away from each other. The energy, but it's also very overwhelming. So this is beyond the physical. Usually they're very attracted to each other, but sometimes it's just even beyond the physical. It's beyond anything. You see the other person as just energy and just light. These are magnets. You can't help it. But every time you will see each other, you just have to come together. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful experience. You will know that it is them because every other person that will come into your life will not vibrate the same. Mm. You will not feel the same. It's sort of like it's a lower frequency. It's that they might be attracted to you. Yeah, they might be somebody that you might think they're attractive by their looks or they're charming, but they don't tick all your boxes. They don't make you mentally, physically, spiritually what it is that you want. It's almost like there is no other face that you would want to be with. That you have that knowing within yourself that that's the one. Yeah, no doubt. You just know that it's them.
Yeah. So I find that energy, the big overwhelming twin flame energy, is often really disruptive when it first occurs, or even as it occurs. Like you're saying, how it challenges you as a soul to kind of evolve. So when that happens, when you meet each other or when you're around each other, you could expect things to really change in your life. So what
So
happens there? Yeah, I know. I don't know if you want to share any of yours, but like,
well, for me, I feel that every time that you will see each other or you come together, so obviously, you're the one that's actually changing your frequency to actually even come in, even in the 3D here that you've seen each other. And most of the time, it either just becomes so overwhelming, you either you or they have to run because it's like, what the bejesus is this? Oh my God! Sometimes it frightens us, so we just retreat, we go. But in that time that you are apart, you will actually be growing. You will actually be challenging yourself. And what happens is that you will meet each other again, and it just keeps on going like that until you are actually in union. It's you're vibrating on the same wavelength. So it just really is. It's not an easy journey, but it is very fascinating because you actually see how use it all telepathic. So sometimes you could be like miles away from each other, but you will be able to hear each other, feel each other, know what's going on, and whether they're down or whether it isn't. And then somehow spirit always lets you know some way that how they're feeling and what's going on with them. But that's actually confirmation for you that that things are moving forward for yourself and for them. Yeah.
Interesting. So do you think all twins are going to come together romantically in this lifetime, or not necessarily?
Not necessarily, because like I said, there's different missions.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people feel that way. I think a lot of people think like if you don't romantically get together, then you're not really twin flames. So I'm glad that you answered it like that.
Well, I just feel like not everybody in this lifetime is willing to have a look deep within themselves, and the work is hard because it is about your soul evolving to another stage. So it is about letting go of so many things, expectations, things how you see it here, people, habits, all these things that come into play with it. So are you willing to push yourself and expose yourself? And one of the biggest things to do with twin flame things is about opening the heart chakra, making yourself vulnerable. How vulnerable are you willing to make yourself? Are you willing to tell the other person I love you, unconditional, whether you love me back or not? I love you. Okay, so that means no expectation, no codependency, no anything like that. And the thing is too, you are here to be on a mission. That means you need to work. You need to step up. You need to save yourself. Not expect them to come and save you. You need to be the goddess. You need to be the warrior. You need to be able to say, okay, spirit, what are we meant to do? Because I know, and faith comes into it too. Yeah, how much faith did you actually have that it's actually even going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just pushes you. It really does. It really does. Because that's the thing is that if you're going to be doing greater good, and you are both spiritual people, because that's what it is. You are both spiritually here, advanced old souls. That that you're actually here to be able to vibrate. Be in a vibration that is high enough to create change in the actual earth, because love is a high vibration. It has to be pure, it has to be unconditional.
Yeah.
I love the light and the dark of you. I love you as you are.
Yeah, and one of the things I've noticed is that there's that saying, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Like when you're accessing the energy of yourself and your twin flame. And I really like the term divine counterpart a lot because it takes the charge out of it. So divine counterpart, and when you're accessing that energy, you are greater than just yourself. Like, I've created so many amazing things in that energy that
Yes.
I just don't do as well at on my own. And it's really cool to see how you amplify each other.
Oh yes. Oh yes. And that's the thing is that because of the self love that needs to happen within yourself, that is you actually um like I said to you, there's no codependency. You're not expecting anything. So because you're in your full element of doing your work, and as you grow and your light is shining so much more brighter, you realize your own love of you. So when they join you, it is really just joining you, and then the energy that is between the both of you, can you imagine just to be able to work together that way, to be able to because they also have gifts, they also have their abilities, and to use have made the contract to come
Mhm.
together, to be together. So like I was going to say before, some choose to let go. It is a hard journey. It is not an easy journey. Some people actually have to do it alone. That's why there's things like this. It's sort of like there is support groups. There is support groups. There is help out there to be able to listen. Because sometimes we think, oh my God, we're going bananas because how do you explain this? How do you explain how I'm feeling or what I'm seeing? So the way that I see it is, um, some people do let go in this lifetime, and they choose to just be with a soulmate. Not everybody finds a soulmate.
Mhm.
The fact that you have a soulmate, it is a blessing, but not a lot of people find their soulmates, and but some people just decide, well, this lifetime I can't. It's too difficult. It's hard, or I can't see how it's going to happen.
Yeah. Now, do you offer like twin flame readings or counseling at all?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So I'll be able to do readings, whether about the connection and the blockages that you might have, and also about your growth, yourself. How you're growing, where you have to sort of like maybe change the way that you are thinking, feeling, and just to be able to change the vibration. So it is support that way. So I'm actually at Lotus in Wollongong, and I actually do workshops here in Sydney to do with twin flames, and it's just a little support group, and I do readings on the where the masculine is at the moment, so what he's feeling, what he's thinking, what his blockage is, how he sees you, and then I got the about the feminine too. So it is about where you are, where you need to sort of like focus on is especially yourself and what's around you, and clear up, and then the energy between the both of you at the time. So I do that, and then I do some clearing and meditation too. So it is about changing the vibration, but it's also a place where you can actually just sort of like express yourself and your experience, because it can be fantastic experiences. Yeah.
Definitely intense. Yeah, whether you're feeling it's like good or overwhelming or bad or whatever you're feeling in the moment, it's definitely intense.
Yes.
That's cool. Yeah, and Angie was talking to me earlier before we started recording about my situation, and she's really good. She absolutely like keyed in on everything I was feeling. So I always recommend her. I've had many readings from her, and she's really great. So,
The, yeah,
is
the
there anything
recording keeps
else,
on going.
is there anything else you want to talk about on the twin flame subject?
Not really. Like I said to you, it's something that I've just been helping a lot of people with,
Mhm.
and it's just it is a great journey and everything. I actually um whether it's a little bit later on and everything, sort of like I was just doodling um some colors, like an intuitive drawing of it, just most probably it's just a little message for those that are watching at the time. I don't know if I can show you. Can I show
Yeah,
you?
I can't see it. Maybe if you hold it. Oh, there we go. Cool.
I know. It's just there's a lot of like I don't know if I can hold it up like that. Can you see it?
Yeah, it looks very tribal.
It just really does. Um, I'll try to read it, and I'll just give everyone like a little bit of a message on what maybe they need to do and focus, and what's actually happening that you can't see that's actually happening for you.
Great.
On a corner here, I've actually what I might do is I'll take a photo of it later and send it to you, so you can just put it up, and that everybody can have a better look.
Perfect.
So there's a number 7. So number 7 for me is love. Okay, and it is there. There's red and there's blue, but the blue is actually quite dark, and it's sort of like it's not expressing itself at the time. The intention is about making something solid here, but it's not strong, because I just feel the expression is not coming through. It's just they need to actually try to express themselves. I do feel that here on the bottom part, I actually see 1, 2, 3, 4 beings actually helping out in this, and it's just really beautiful. They're actually saying that there is a foundation, there is roots that are like a tree, already grounded. The seeds already planted. It is solid. It is something that's already started to connect. Now, in the middle, there's actually like all these spirals, which is sort of like the connection. It's from the earth, to the creator, but it's almost, or it feels also like a portal that is actually trying to connect you and them, which you travel quite a lot in it, because I just see maybe one. I see them and I see their higher self, and it is actually quite strong. It's getting closer than you think. And the beans are actually helping out quite a lot. There is healing that is taking place, because I've got a really nice aqua color, and on another corner I actually see sort of like the shape of a horse. So this is movement forward. Thank God, because I just didn't want to see a turtle.
Yeah.
It's like if he's on a turtle and he's confused and lost, we don't want that. Oh my God. But there's a sword on the horse's throat. So that is mentally, I feel that there is that confusion and that negativity is actually being cut off. So they're seeing more clear now. They're actually about to move forward. Like I said to you, their self-belief, their solar plexus, it's very murky. The yellow is not a really nice yellow,
Hmm.
and that's connected with the portal that it connects you to. So their self-belief in themselves isn't very good. It's not clear. It's not clean. So, you know what I would like to do? I
What?
actually would like to send some clearing to everyone that's watching. So I would like to connect to the creator, and actually send some healing light to the solar plexus. So let's send Kuan Yin in to everyone, and clear between the both of you, and also that belief in yourselves of the not being worthy of each other. Yeah, because I could just hear a lot of chatter with people, and I just feel that we just need to remove that now, because you need to step more into your goddess, or your warrior state, whether you're female or male, because a lot of males can be watching this too. you need to step into your power. You are worthy and you deserve love. You have to hear that. You deserve love. Your other half believes you're worthy.
That's really cool. Earlier today, I was having that thought of like things are going really, really, really well for me right now. I've never been happier. And I felt earlier like there was this band over my solar plexus, like it was shut off, like there was a belt over it. And so I had to like refill it up and let go of the belt. And so what you're feeling, I was feeling earlier. So that's really cool.
Yeah, because I just feel that there's some that's watching and they're like, yes, okay, let's go. Okay, and I do feel that one of the things that you need to do is sort of like try to do chakra cleansing as much as you can. We're just so vulnerable. We always get negative energies, and we're surrounded by other people that actually don't want us to move forward with our things. So we need to be constantly cleansing and clearing and removing, and so just always keep your chakras clean and clear. Just get a meditation that's for chakras, and just because also try to do your third eye, try to do your throat. Okay, so that's you expressing. Try to open up your heart. That does mean being vulnerable, but you can't sit in fear. You're not allowed to sit in fear. There's no room for that because that's negative. And then let's do the solar plexus. So that is, I can have whatever I set my mind to do in this lifetime. Not the next. No, okay, well, I'll give up. Obviously, most of you didn't want that. It's like, no. Okay, so then concentrate on your solar plexus. Yeah.
Very cool. I love that. I need to show you a drawing I did.
Yes.
So I did this with the twin flame energies, and it just came out to be like all these portals.
Portal. See the portal, the same portal.
I know, yeah. So
I love it. Yes,
so
yes.
And it's so strong. I mean, if you put your hands near it, it like vibrates.
And for me, it's sort of like I just asked what message was it, and because the drawing that I did, obviously it's just been quick, but the colors aren't strong. It's got that almost a bit of darkish in that. That's why I'm saying we need to clean and clear. I can't even speak. Clear. We need to clear, cleanse, purify. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much for all of that. It was really helpful.
Oh, I loved it. It was really good.
So let's talk about you. I mean, you've been on this incredible journey. When I met you, you were very, very shy. You didn't let anybody take your picture. You were incredibly gifted, and you taught classes out of your house, but you were still in a place where you felt like you were a student more than a leader or a teacher. And so now, I mean, it's been quite a few years since then, but now you're on TV, you have your own business, you're in shops doing readings, and you're getting a lot of recognition, and you have been getting a lot of recognition for a while now. And I know we talked about your decision in a previous interview we did on Soulfulpreneur, and I'll link that to this, where you talked about where you just decided to be visible, which I thought was genius, and you were at a sweat lodge and everything. So take us now from beyond that, where you are right now and what's going on for you and how are you feeling about everything?
Well, like I said to you before, it's like I have you to thank for because I was very shy and suppressed. And I was in my fear, and I couldn't see myself. Like I knew what I wanted to do inside myself. I could see who I was, but I just didn't know how to get that girl out. I didn't know how to step into, who I truly am. So in the boot camp, we did one of those, how do you see your big self? Like, how do you see yourself. And I remember that so clearly. I loved it. And it was about drawing or writing how we saw ourselves, and and how the business would look like and everything. And I could honestly say mostly everything that I've written down has come true, like everything. And for me, it's been such a great journey. I've One of the main things is that I've had to learn is to trust in spirit. So everything that spirit tells me to do, I actually do. I don't question it. So my answer is yes to everything. It's not no, or I got to think about it and I got to procrastinate it and leave it in 6 months. It's actually go, 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 go. So what happens with that? I'm a big law of attraction fan. So for me, it's Abraham Hicks, all positive thoughts and vibration. I love it, and for me, it is getting rid of anything that is fear. I also did quite a bit of healing on myself, so that's trying to remove any fear that is of me being big and great and being seen. So I actually had to try to energetically remove myself out of a shell, because that's where I was. I was suppressed and in a shell, and also I had to get to the level of thinking this is not about me. This is about everybody else. So also about how energy attracts others. So for an example, there might be a lot of people that just love me and how I am, and then there's others just won't resonate with my energy. For me, it's perfect because it just means it's just like card reading. So if I do a reading for twin flames, then it'll just be those that the message is actually for. We actually watch it. Otherwise, you just don't.
Yeah.
And so I had to sort of like start making myself understand all these kind of things. And once I did, honestly, every time I would reach out to somebody, it would just always be a yes to me, or they will seek me. So that's where I'm pretty I'm at right now. Creating workshops. I work at Embrace in Miranda in the Westfields with a lovely the owner Rosie, and I've done festivals, and everything's been so much fun. I've met so many wonderful other mediums and psychics and healers, and also work at the Lotus, like I said before, here in Wollongong with Kathy, and all these connections. I know it's not that's it for me at the moment. The other projects that I have is I'm going to be doing a retreat in Colombia. Excitement.
Yeah.
And I know it's never ending. Like for me, I love my job. Like I'm passionate about it, and I think that's so important. If you don't love what you do, then how? Like I said to you, love is a high vibration. So if you're passionate about your job, how can you not succeed?
Yeah.
How can you not? How
And
can you not?
you're so magnetic, like you were saying, it's about energy. So when you're vibrating in that love and passion, people are seeking you out. They're finding you because they can feel it.
That's right. That's right. And also we were talking about this before about being just ourselves.
Mhm.
Sometimes we're so hard on ourselves. Well, I am. I'm so hard on me, and because I speak Spanglish, my English isn't perfect. So that's another thing that held me back. And I still struggle with it too, because it's like, oh my gosh, I don't say things properly. But the thing is, it doesn't really seem to bother my clients. It doesn't seem to bother people the way that I am. I'm also going to be going to Argentina, so I'm trying to spread the word out to the Spanish community, or whether it's from Spain or South America, just to be out to reach out to me too, because I do readings in Spanish too. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's probably there's so much more, but I just can't think.
Yeah.
I can talk and talk and talk.
Well, I think it's really important to point out, like, I always talk about like synchronicity and ease, and really things aren't necessarily easy. Like sometimes, you'll have emotional hurdles, but if you need help, help will normally show up, right? If you need money for something like an emergency, it'll normally show up.
Yeah. It
So
just
when you're in that flow, things just happen. So I know you mentioned earlier, like you were looking for some help with your business and then it showed up as like a gift kind of thing. So
it's a match. I love that. I love that. Because the thing is, I've like I said to you before, it's like there's a vault within me, within us, that there's just all this information, and I just need to get it out, and I don't think I can get it out quick enough for me, because I just the excitement is just so great. So because of the law of attraction, and I feel like we have no limits, and we're writing our own story too. I thought, why can't I ask for help now? What? Why do I have to wait until I have all the money to be able to pay for someone to be able to help me? So what it is, I actually asked, the universe and spirit, just can you bring me somebody that is a kind person that's going to be able to understand me, and is also spiritual, so she'll use her intuition to and work. And as my business grows, I'll be able to give more to her and more. And the thing is that somebody actually came to me that my daughter knows, because I've got an older daughter that's 23 and she's married. And she said, "Oh my God," she goes, it would be an honor just to work with you. And I said to her, "Would you like me to teach you a few things like Reiki, because I'm a Reiki healer too, and also maybe learn how to do oracles, and I'll swap like that." And she's like, "Amazing, thank you," because I couldn't afford those courses. And I
Mhm.
was like, perfect. So I got it. I just got it. And so what that means is things will start going much more faster for me,
Mhm.
much more quick, faster. And so spirit always provides. Yeah.
That's amazing. I love that. That happens to me too. In fact, the other day I was having an issue with creating my ebook and I just reached out for help and I was like, I don't know how to do this. I need help. And somebody showed up and just started working on it, didn't even ask. And it was just incredible. So I agree, and that's the vulnerability thing too. We need to accept the fact that it's okay to get help and we don't have to do everything ourselves. We don't have to struggle. Everything is there that we really need, which is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, and once again, it is about, because it's not just about just on, because it is the evolution of us. So it's to trust and have faith in the creator, which is the spirit, which is energy. Okay, that it actually, what we ask for, it actually comes back to us, whether it's love, or whether it's career, whether it's our growth. It just actually happens because our thoughts is so powerful. So manifestation, like I love talking about it. So I mean, so many of my clients and that, they get stuck and they get depressed and everything. So they just get stuck in a certain rut. But I just keep on trying to tell them it's a law of attraction. You really need to focus on what it is that you want. Don't think about the details. You cannot think about the details, how, when, what. Just focus on what it is, what you want, and how you want it to look like, and it just comes to you fast. And when you actually get the knack of it, of that this is how you do it, and things actually start happening for you, you go, "Oh, okay, that was easy. Let me try something else." Well, at least that's what I do. I just go, "Oh, okay, well, maybe I can do that in this other subject." And it just happens. It just happens. I never get tired of it, because it's just, but I also know that if I struggle with something, it must be because I'm in fear about something, or I'm not believing or trusting that I can actually have it.
Mhm.
So it's something you have to work on. Once you work on it, once you realize it, the energy shifts, it changes, and it comes quick. And you notice, it's like, damn it, I just had to get out of my head about that. So I just feel that when it comes to, especially to do with work, because I'm just feeling a lot of people going, okay, because I want my business to grow and I'm in my head about it. And yeah, so it just is about your belief.
Yeah, awesome. And that third chakra clearing that you did will help as well.
Oh, yes, I can.
Hmm.
I can. Yeah.
Cool. Well, how can we reach you? Do you have a website up right now, or like if somebody wants a reading, how do they go about that?
Okay, so at the moment, you can just go on Angelina Bianchi on Facebook, and I'm
Okay.
also on Instagram. So on my Facebook, you can see my Instagram link there, and just send me a message on the messenger. My website's actually under repair, so it's getting fixed up and everything. But yeah, so that's the best way, and just send me a message and just tell me, that where you've met me or seen me, and I'll just give you my details and that, and we'll just work out a time, and I'll just put you like the best time for you and for me, because there is a time difference between where you are in Australia. But if you're watching from Australia, then we'll just work out what time is best. Yeah.
Excellent. I love that. So I hope people do look you up because, like I said, you're so talented. And I really don't say that lightly. There aren't a lot of psychics that I recommend. So thank you so much for talking with us and sharing about everything. And we'll have to do this again sometime very soon.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Awesome, guys. Well, we'll see you next time on the Intuitive Art Show. Lots of love. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to intuitive art and you've never done it with me, go to intuitiveartacademy.com for your free class. You'll learn how to have a conversation with your higher self in 3 easy steps. That's intuitiveartacademy.com. And if you're already a pro or you've done the free class and you want to learn more about creating abundance from your purpose, go to workyourpurpose.com and you'll watch a free video series all about what it takes to create a purposeful income from doing what you love. All right, enjoy, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.